magical abilities and animal strength, they now lived 10 to 12 times longer than any human. The Fates looked down and saw what the proud king had done. Angry at his interference in their domain, the Fates decreed that he must kill his sons and all like them. Lycaon refused. It was then the Fates sought out their own form of punishment for his hubris. His children and all like them were cursed anew. There will never be peace among your children, Clotho, the fate who spins the threads of life, proclaimed. They will spend eternity hating and fighting until the day when the last of them breathes no more. And so it was. Whenever Lycaon blended an animal with a human, he in fact made two beings. One being who held an animal's heart, and one who held a human heart. Those who walked as men and who held human hearts were termed Arcadians, after Lycaon's people. Those who held animal hearts were termed Katagaria. The Katagaria were born as animals and lived as animals. Yet once they reached puberty, when the magical powers were unlocked by their hormones, they would be able to become human, at least externally. Their animal hearts would always govern their actions. Likewise, the Arcadians were born as humans and lived as humans until their puberty brought with it their magic and their ability to shift into animal form. Two sides of a single coin, the two species should have been at peace. Instead, the goddesses sent Discordia to plant mistrust between them. The Arcadians felt themselves superior to their animal cousins. After all, they were humans with human rationality, while the Katagaria were only animals who could take human form. The Katagaria learned quickly that the Arcadians weren't honest about their intentions and would say one thing, then do another. All throughout time, the two groups have preyed upon each other, while each side took the moral high ground. The animals believed the Arcadians were the real threat, while the Arcadians believed the Katagaria must be controlled or put down. It is an endless war. And as with all wars, there has never been a true victor. There have only been casualties who still suffer from the prejudice and unfounded hatred. Prologue. New Orleans, Mardi Gras night, 2003. I'm so sorry, Vane. I swear, didn't mean to get us killed like this. Vane Kattalakis ground his teeth as he fell back from trying to pull himself up. His arms ached from the strain of lifting 200 pounds of lean muscle up by nothing more than the bones of his wrists. Every time he got close to raising his body up to the limb over his head, his brother started talking, which broke his concentration and caused him to fall back into his hanging position. He took a deep breath, trying to ignore the severe pain of his wrists. Don't worry, Fang. I'll get us out of this. Somehow. He hoped. Fang didn't hear him. Instead, he continued to apologize for causing their deaths. Vane strained again against the sharpened cord that held his hands tied together above his head, secured to a thin limb as he hung precariously from an ancient cypress tree over some of the darkest, nastiest-looking swamp water he'd ever seen. He didn't know what was worse. The thought of losing his hands, his life, or falling into that disgusting, gator-infested slime hole. Honestly, though, he'd rather be dead than touch that stank. Even in the darkness of the Louisiana bayou, he could tell just how putrid and revolting it was. There was something seriously wrong with anyone who wanted to live out here in this swamp. At last, he had confirmation that Talon of the Morrigantes was a first-rank idiot. His brother, Fang, was tied to an equally thin limb on the opposite side of the tree where they dangled eerily amid swamp gas, snakes, insects, and gators. With every